Jurgen, let's start with you. Of course, from a neutral's perspective, we were so desperate for a title race to go right down to the wire in Germany. This result pretty much eliminates that.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, we were all hoping that RB Leipzig kind of is able now, after a couple of years, step by step catching up on Bayern Munich, getting better and better, and you can see how the players grew. The entire team grew over the last few years and became a real good team, and it's right now the only real title contender with Bayern Munich. But are they mature enough to really, in a decisive moment like this, pretty much 9 or 10 games left in the Bundesliga calendar, now to beat them and get close to them? They are not. And that was clear pretty much in the first half. You could see it in their body language. You could see it in their way they were playing it, that they didn't believe in it. And when you don't believe it, then the other team, especially with the experience of Bayern Munich, they smell that, and then they're going to use it. And sooner or later, they're going to score on you. I mean, the goal by Leon Goretzka was an absolute beauty with the long ball from Kimmich into Thomas Müller. He sets it back to Goretzka. He finishes off. And that's enough for Bayern Munich in a moment where they're missing a couple of players. Almost the entire team is coming back from national team duty in midweek. So they just do their job professionally. Now they are 7 points clear, and the deal is done. I mean, it's especially on a psychological side. It's sad to see that Leipzig is not able to catch up with them, but it's the reality, and Bayern Munich deserves it.
Jurgen, it's interesting you talk about Leipzig and the lack of belief that was evident. But you look at the Bayern Munich side, of course, there was no Lewandowski. You rightly mentioned that they were tired coming back from international duty. If you're a player in that Leipzig locker room ahead of kickoff, you're thinking, look, if we've got a chance against Bayern, today is the day. Why don't we see that belief?
Yeah, because if you don't have that history of beating a team, at least, every now and then, every second or third year, in such a big clash, and they haven't done that, in the last years. So they're just trying to kind of build a little bit of a record against Bayern Munich. So far, it's all negative for RB Leipzig. So it doesn't really matter if then the opponent is tired, if the opponent comes back from national team duty, whatever. When they face then these characters on the field, they sense it, and then they kind of they create their own little doubts, And that's what you could see in the first half, that they were not able kind of to take control of the game and to create chances. Then second half, to give Leipzig a little bit of credit, they had a talk at halftime and said, what the heck, we are 1-0 down, so we have nothing to lose anymore. Let's give it a go. They came out far more energetic, far more with drive, and they have 2 or 3 chances. But even there, the chances were not really clinical. They were not really convinced of putting the ball into the back of the net, especially the chance that Dani Olmo had. If it's a normal game, probably he puts it in. But if it's against Bayern Munich, you think a little bit too much. And that's what's happening to you when you face a team like Bayern. The mental side of it is so big. A lot of people underestimate that. And that's why they are where they are. They're 7 points clear. They're going to win the next title, 9th title in a row, which makes it a little bit boring.
Jurgen, how did they deal without Lewandowski? What changes did we see?
Well, obviously, they made that change. They are creative in that moment when you don't have a clear kind of point of reference like Lewandowski. You put a floater element in there. You try to kind of put the workload on other players. You cannot substitute Lewandowski. He's far too good. So you rely a little bit on Thomas Müller here and there, which he did because he laid off the goal beautifully. You hope that Sané maybe has a brilliant moment, or Coman and other players. But they have so much quality coming off the bench. So it doesn't really kind of hurt their belief, their confidence. They created that confidence over so many years or decades, I would almost say, that they know how to balance it out.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.